Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Pittsburgh. It has been a wonderful labor, but that feeling of loss is even stronger, as you can imagine, for his family. Doc Harris, his son, is with us today.
Heather, great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
I have to ask, as we get started here, how are you? How's your mom?
You know, my mom is, she's
right.
But what she's going through is so much harder.
I told you that I myself, like so many, were sitting at home that morning. The morning news was on. And the news came across, and we were all just in shock. No one saw it coming. It was so unexpected.
It took us all by surprise.
Yeah.
It really did. And
spring. It's not quite here yet. And we also don't have the weather to go along with it, Kristen.
I know. This morning, well, over the weekend, we had some lows in the teens. It was 17 degrees.
Very cold.
And everyone's thinking, what is happening? It was 70 degrees 3 times in February, and now we have wind chill.
And we can't get it.
But guess what? I know. Spring is a mere, well, less than 3 hours away. Spring officially arrives
for our children. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us on this inaugural Talk Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
This is really exciting. And you know, when we started talking about this segment, youth sports came up because we know how intense it can be. What have you guys experienced out on the field with your own kids?
I am the non-sports mom, which means that I send my husband to most games.
Yeah, refereeing, that a lot of sports are having a tough time finding the refs to even be at these games because they don't want any part of it.
Right, absolutely. And I think also with the refereeing, it's tougher because...
Yeah, I agree.
And so let's talk about how we can change it. Is there a way to change this so that the culture gets better?
I think we just need to talk about it more. I think
is there a way to change this so that the culture gets better? Exercise for them to learn team building, working with each other, leadership, and those sorts of skills. It's not just about how much time they get to play.
Yep. And I always say it is not our job telling them what they're doing wrong, and instead we want to create space for them, ask them questions. What did you learn today? What could you have done better? What are you really to say it?
Right.
What do you think about that? Like creating a safe place for them?
I think it's really about
fun and play. And I thought that was, it just seems so big just to say that simple statement. And that's all these kids want to do. They just want to play.
Yeah. Yep. And I always say, like, so much as an athlete, so much of what I learned in my youth sports experience plays into who I am as a person, as a business owner, and I think that we just need to remember to remove ourselves kids and let them learn.
Yeah.
And what about for us we create space for us, those of us who are really just there to have fun and to learn and to grow.
And to take some of those valuable lessons that you learned, Bree, and just use those as life skills and not just because we're playing a sport.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Good talk.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Next up, we'll have to talk about trophy giveaways. I know that's a big one,
right?
Those
that's
are very good too.
Everybody gets a medal today. Thank you, ladies, so much for being
Thank you for having us.
Heather.
And his mother's maiden name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Nancy McFeely. That's her name.
And talking about the legacy, Fred Rogers Productions is expanding. You guys have a new home.
We
or
do.
an expanded